What up, this is Rama Screen covering movies, TV, and entertainment, and here's my review of Us. Let's rock this. Jordan Peele's latest installment is terrifying, bizarre, and creepy as hell. Us has a bit of Michael Haneke's Funny Games vibe to it, but this movie resides on a whole other level of bonkers. Oscar winner Lupita Nyong'o is phenomenal in a film that can be considered a straight-up popcorn horror thriller. But there is more to this review, because there are parts about Us that I do find a bit problematic. So stick around. Written by and produced by and directed by Jordan Peele. Lupita Nyong'o and Winston Duke play the Wilsons, who take their two children with them to the beachside childhood home for a nice family summer getaway, where they also get to hang out with their neighbors/friends. Lupita's character, Adelaide, is still haunted by the trauma from her past, and so coming back to this familiar place brings about those old suppressed memories again. Her paranoia heightens even more as she is growingly concerned that something bad is going to happen to her family. After spending time at the beach, they return to their vacation home, and at night, suddenly, silhouette of four figures appear on their driveway holding hands. The Wilsons are about to find themselves in a fight for their lives against their own doppelgangers. The film opens with a setup in 1986. We see a bit of what befalls little Adelaide when she's just a little kid, but then it jumps to present day when we see the Wilsons headed to their beach home. The Wilsons are your typical family. The dad who thinks he's cool but comes off goofy, the teen daughter who basically lives in her cell phone, the young son with an active curiosity, and the over-worrying mom. There is no social class dilemma or mobility challenge underlying tone to this because they and their neighbors are upper middle class and seem to be pretty well off. But what I think is brilliant about what Jordan Peele has crafted here is that not only does he know how to build up the suspense, he also knows how to make it sneak up on you right from the start, and all throughout the entire movie. You are constantly filled with all these questions about what happened at the beach, who are these doppelgangers, what do they want, why are they on a killing spree, so on and so forth. Not all of those questions will be answered, but as far as filmmaking goes, Us is so well directed that the scare factors work. As a horror thriller, this movie works. The turning of the camera makes you wonder what you might see once you turn your attention to the left of the screen. The music score that occasionally sounds like a Catholic ancient Latin choir makes you wonder if there's something more conspiratorial at play. One thing is for sure, these doppelgangers mean business. They are merciless and bloody violent and unpredictable. Great performances by all the actors involved because they essentially have to pull off dual roles. But the biggest praise goes to Lupita, who manages to change her voice to sound like something that nightmares are made of. The confrontations between the Wilsons and their doppelgangers provides this film's roller coaster ride feeling because at times the Wilsons get the upper hand, and at other times, their doppelgangers are back controlling the narrative again. And Jordan Peele loves milking that out. It got to the point where I feel like he's messing with our heads. Because while the violence happens, the comedy stays strong. Jordan Peele comes from that world or that background, so there's no surprise there. But all the jokes in this movie hit the target. Great song selection too. What a really cool set of playlists they got here. You'll be jamming with the tunes as the characters stab and burn and kick each other to death. And now, if you are wondering how Us holds up in comparison to Get Out, which was Oscar nominated for Best Picture, that's where the problem comes in. But that question is natural. It's the same case when M. Night Shyamalan unveiled Unbreakable. People just immediately were hoping that it would be some kind of a spiritual sequel to The Sixth Sense, which was also Oscar nominated for Best Picture. But the truth is, Unbreakable was never meant to be that way. So let me just say this. Us feels more like an extended episode of The Twilight Zone, which is kind of amusing if you think about it, considering the fact that Jordan Peele is bringing us that new Twilight Zone series. But the point is, Us is a solid, scary movie with excellent sense of humor, but it doesn't have strong profundity that Get Out had. Whatever social commentary that Jordan Peele wants to convey through this movie often gets lost in the movie itself. I just think that with this one, Jordan is a bit too ambitious that he forgets to simplify it. Not to mention the third act makes you wonder, where is this story going? Perhaps Us runs longer than needed. So you can argue that the themes may be open to interpretation, but I don't think that most people will understand it because the movie doesn't do a good job of addressing it. If anything, you'll end up being even more perplexed than when you entered the theaters. That said, if you come just to get scared shitless, Us will do its job and will do it well. I guarantee it. So that's it. That's my review of Jordan Peele's Us movie. Share your thoughts in the comment section below, and as always, subscribe to my channel, press that like button, ring that bell so you can get notified whenever I post new videos. Hey, if you like this review and you want me to make more, please contribute monthly to help support this channel at Rama Screen Patreon page. Become my patrons today at patreon.com/Ramascreen. Let's rock this.